Hey everyone, welcome back to WrestleSuplex. Today, we're talking about one of WWE's most controversial figures, Dominik Mysterio. The guy who went from being Daddy's little boy to Dirty Dom has had a rough start to WWE's Netflix era, and things aren't looking too great for him after his antics on Monday Night Raw. From watching Liv Morgan lose the Women's World Championship to Rhea Ripley, to taking a devastating Riptide from Mommy herself, Dominik's future in WWE is looking uncertain.
So, what's next for him?
Let's dive into some of the possibilities that could unfold for Dirty Dom after Raw makes its debut on Netflix.
Number 1.
Finn Balor relationship breakdown. First up, let's talk about Dominik's relationship with Finn Balor. Now, with Liv Morgan losing her feud to Rhea Ripley, there's a lot of pressure on Finn Balor to keep Judgment Day's pride intact. Next week, Balor will face Damian Priest in a street fight on Raw, and you can bet that the Judgment Day antics are going to be at full force. But here's where it gets interesting. Dominik Mysterio's presence could actually be a liability. The tension between Dirty Dom and Finn has been simmering for a while now. Balor has quietly assumed the leadership role in Judgment Day, and Dominik has not been on the best terms with him. Could this be the beginning of the end for their partnership? Mysterio could cost Finn his final showdown with Priest, and as a result, Dominik might find himself kicked out of Judgment Day for good. That's one way to set up a potential babyface turn, but we'll have to wait and see.
Number 2.
A move to WWE SmackDown ***. Now, another possibility could involve Dominik making the move to WWE SmackDown. You might remember that a month ago, WWE made a big announcement about roster moves. While not many have happened yet, with Raw now available on Netflix, things could change. Dominik Mysterio was seen talking to Nick Aldis on SmackDown during that announcement, and that moment has kind of been forgotten. Could this be a hint at a possible move? If WWE decides to shake things up, Dirty Dom could head to the Blue brand, and with SmackDown now 3 hours long, there's plenty of room for him to tell his story. Whether it's about Mysterio's eviction from Judgment Day or something else entirely, a fresh start on SmackDown might be just what he needs to rejuvenate his character.
Number 3.
Liv Morgan could break up with Dominik Mysterio. But here's where things get even juicier: Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio's relationship. Now, we know that Dom tried to get back at Rhea Ripley after his shady actions, and let's be honest, it wasn't his smartest move. As much as it seemed like a petty heelish move, it could have long-term consequences for his relationship with Liv. After watching him betray her for Ripley, could Liv Morgan finally see that maybe, just maybe, Dominik isn't the guy she thought he was? We could be looking at a breakup between the two, and with Liv potentially cutting ties with Dom, he could be left to fend for himself. Maybe this is the catalyst that leads to him being kicked out of Judgment Day. Either way, it could set up a new direction for both Liv and Dominik.
Number 4.
Dirty Dom could team up with Tiffany Stratton. Lastly, let's talk about a potential partnership between Dominik Mysterio and the current WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. If Liv Morgan does decide to part ways with Dirty Dom, he's going to need a new angle, right? And let's be real, the guy does seem to have a knack for attracting women, whether it's Liv, Rhea, or anyone else. So, what if Tiffany Stratton decides to team up with him? She's already hinted at the possibility of a partnership with Mysterio in the past, and with Dom looking to stay relevant, this could be a match made in heel heaven. Dominik could be the perfect person to help Tiffany retain her title, playing the role of her strategic partner while still maintaining his reputation as Dirty Dom. It's an interesting dynamic, and it could lead to a fresh chapter for both of them, especially if Dominik transitions into the women's division. So, there you have it, 4 potential directions for Dominik Mysterio after his rough start to WWE's Netflix era. Whether it's a breakdown in his relation